What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Spooky Spooky Horror Show. I'm your host, Sean. I'm here with Anthony.
Yo.
And tonight, we will be reviewing and spoiling the 2014 Australian supernatural horror film, The Babadook. But before we get into that, Anthony, how has your week been?
Well, the kid had pink eye, so that was fucking fun.
Double pink eye.
I'm sorry, anybody that has only one pink eye in one eye, you're a freak of fucking nature. I don't know how you don't get it in the other eye since they're right next to each other, but yes, double pink eye. Managed to not get it, which is fucking amazing because anytime I've had any of those as a growing up, it was because my fucking cousins brought it home. Pink eye, my cousins. First time I had flu, my cousins. A stomach flu, like a bug or whatever, was my cousins. I was like, fuck. What else? Go to work for one day to have off on Thursday, but can't go to see my family because we're back to work on Friday, like a dumbass. But that's about it. I mean, other than that, we've had a pretty good fucking week. I feel wasn't that bad. Thanksgiving was fucking amazing food. How about you?
Didn't celebrate Thanksgiving because the wife was working.
I know that feeling.
Edited, did some stuff for a music video. Had my director buddy and cinematographer buddy hit me up that they desperately want to do a film, and they keep coming to me because I want to do films, but their schedules never allow it, and they said no, we're gonna make it fucking work. So I started on a new script, should have it finished by Sunday. I beat God of War. I have one more Raven to find, and then I just need to go and do the other stuff. Now we get to worry about Christmas. Yay! But all right, let's get into some production facts. Okay. So, The Babadook was written and directed by Jennifer Kent. This is her feature film directorial debut. The film stars Essie Davis, Noah Wiseman as mother and son being tormented by the Babadook. This is based on Kent's 2005 short film Monster, which follows a single mother who must confront her son's fear of a monster in their home.
The Babadook.
That sounds good, but then we get this. I don't
think
I actually.
Film, or do you just mean? But and then we get this thing, and
yeah, it's like it sounds good. Like, oh, a single mother must confront her son's fear of a monster in their home, and that sounds great as a short film.
Isn't that
as a film?
Like Monsters Inc.
Yeah, but it's like the film that we get here is just awful. It's just
they could have
so
actually
bad.
done pretty well with this.
Yeah, I do.
But they did it.
One thing I didn't look up. Okay, it had a budget of $2 million, and it made 10.5. Yeah, and it made 10.5 million, rather. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, that's a good return.
I guess. I don't fucking know. What are your spoiler-free thoughts on the Babadook?
It's honestly, there's really no point. It honestly is funner when we talk about Babadook and use it in like weird ways than actually watching the movie. And I feel that's actually kind of shitty. Like, yeah, it's funner to like use it in your daily life, knowing that there's a movie out there about this and never having to fucking watch it.
I thought when you first said this, before we looked up the thing, I thought it was a different movie.
Why? Which one did you think it was?
I don't know. It might have been because I know Jay got it confused too, where I think he was thinking about Let the Right One In. I think I was thinking the same thing.
Oh no.
And then when I started watching it, I was like, oh, this is the movie I've tried watching 6 fucking times and have never gotten further than a half hour in before I'm like, no, there's no reason for me to watch it. I want every one of these characters to die a very horrible death. So I don't want to watch it.
I didn't like it.
And then turned it off. The fuck was that?
I said I gave like my actual like feel about the movie, but it doesn't fucking matter.
No, that's fine. For me, this is a 2.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I was like, did you pause on me here?
No. Like I was thinking like 1 or 2, but this is a film like I don't ever want to watch again. Like so when I first sat down to write the script for all this so I could have the plot, I got 15 minutes in and I went, I'm done. And I turned it off and I put something else on.
There was another movie that you had that I was like that. I was like, I am done.
Yeah. It might have been.
And I know when I picked
it might have been Death of a Vlogger. Because that we rated a 1. Yeah.
Fucking terrible fucking movie.
Yeah, there's only 2 films.
That was a pretty fucking bad movie.
There's only 2 films we rated a 1 out of 5. The Gracefield incident.
Well, Graceland is, yeah, that was 100%.
And
if they could count 0 as a legitimate fucking rating, that would have been a 0.
you'd have more fun gouging your own fucking eyes out. But yeah, it's the only 2 films: Death of a Vlogger and the Gracefield incident.
Such a waste of time.
But yeah, like I can't see going higher. Like, I like Essie Davis. I don't like the kid. The character of Robbie was great, although he was down way too bad to fuck like a mom that clearly seems off kilter. It looked like he was just trying to find some strange.
Oh wait, you talking about the dude that's in the store with her?
No, the dude that works at the hospital with her.
Oh yeah, not the store, the hospital.
Yeah.
Hospital.
Yeah.
Or nursing home, because I don't really.
Yeah,
know.
I don't fucking know.
But no, yeah, I said the same fucking thing. I was like, bro, you look really younger than her, or she is just really broken inside.
I think she's just broken inside. I'm sure she's
like
old.
her sister doesn't look that much younger or older. You know, she still looked like she was in that mid age, but she looks like she had fucking been chewed up and spit out.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, for me, I cannot go above a 2, because it's.
Yeah, I concur.
With any horror movie, even like supernatural things like this, you need to have characters you want to root for. But the son,
well, I couldn't root for the kid, because that kid fucking annoys the shit out of me.
He's fucking unbearable. He is completely and totally unbearable.
He played that role perfectly. Let me tell you. But I can't root for the mom, because I had to hug my kid when I was done. Like,
the mom was terrible.
She said in the film, I was like, oh my god, I gotta go hug my kid. I was like, I say some mean shit out of like, and I'll hug him. I'm like, dude, I didn't mean to say that, man. That just came out I just didn't mean it. That is shit I've never said.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit, that was meaner than anything I have ever said to my fucking kid.
But yeah, so I got 15 minutes in, turned it off. 2 days later,
I made him watch that one fucking thing to completion.
Yeah.
Now I gotta watch it.
Yeah, but then I 2 days later, I went back, but I was like, fuck, I didn't finish writing what happened. Yeah, I didn't finish writing what happened, so I completely forgot. So I had to watch it from the beginning again, and I got to that same 15-minute mark, and I was like, oh my god, I want to turn this the fuck off. But I was like, no, I can't. I have to watch it. I got to 20 minutes, and I was like, oh my fucking god, I don't want to watch this. And then I got a little bit further, and then I stopped. And I was like, all right, I'm done. And then yesterday, I watched up until 50 minutes? Like 47 minutes. And I was like, the Babadook still hasn't fucking shown up.
Yeah, dude, I didn't like that. I didn't like
the movie's almost over.
They made this kid look fucking crazy. Yeah, they made this look fucking crazy. They gave us no showing of anything. Yeah. So then you're like, okay, maybe this kid's just really fucked up in the head and not actually like a Babadook thing. And then when they get into it, it's like, well, at this point now, I'm thinking it's just a mother thing. And then when they finally fucking show it, you're like, oh, well, there's a fucking actual creature there?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, no. And it's one of those things where people are like, oh, well, you know, with Jaws, they didn't show the shark that much. But the shark he still did stuff.
It did shit. It ate
this,
people.
Nothing happened.
Never saw it. No,
it's just
no
a
one got
kid.
Injured, nothing.
It's just a kid being annoying the entire time. And the mom just being completely fucking sleep deprived and just not wanting to deal with the fucking kid. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, it's real. It's like, come on.
He made, that was cool ass shit, though.
Yeah.
That kid was smart. That data shit, that launcher, I was like, what the fuck? That's pretty badass shit.
Too bad he's not using it on himself. But all right, let's get into this plot so we can get this fucking dumpster fire over with.
Done.
Okay, so the film starts with Amelia in a dream. I guess she's going into labor and then reliving the fatal car crash that killed her husband. The whole time, her annoying ass kid is screaming her name. Well, not her name. Well, no, just screaming mom.
No, it's mama, yeah.
Why do kids do this? Why is the kid
repetitively just saying
the repetitive stuff? But okay, why don't they go? Oh, wait. Why don't they go all the way into the room and shake a person or something? Why the fuck do they have to stand in a doorway?
Oh, you mean scream? That? Oh, dude. Okay, so this is exactly what my son does. He walks his little ass out in his little fucking boxer briefs, stands in front of his door, and goes, "Hello? I swear to you, hello." First off, the cops are going to be called on us one day. A neighbor's going to think this kid's been fucking home alone the whole day. He's been here in the next room the whole time. Comes out, does it all the time. And all you hear at the top of my fucking voice, what? Because he does it every fucking time. I tell him all the time, stop yelling, or is anyone there, as if you're fucking home alone. Knock on a door. You know there's only 2 spots we're gonna be. We never are downstairs. When we buy a house, it'll be a ranch. We never are downstairs. It's a useless fucking floor. We were like, yes, 2 floors. He's like, yeah, we'll have stairs. Never again in my fucking life, okay? And he does this shit daily. I go ape shit over it. But this is what every fucking kid does. They will repeat the same fucking thing. This is what you're talking about with saying mama, mama. They will repeat the same fucking thing over and over.
Mom,
my wife,
mom,
mine will say full sentences. Hey dad, can we do this? Hey dad, can we do this? Hey dad, can we do this? Hey dad, can we do that? I can't answer yet. I've already shook my head because I'm doing something, because that's when you ask questions. All right, my wife will go, he just needs you to acknowledge it. I've acknowledged it 3 times and he still has said it 5 more times after.
Yeah, he doesn't need anything. He just
doesn't need anything.
You already shook your head now.
Annoy you. Yeah, just wants to annoy you.
So yeah,
that's also the only kid syndrome, because I know for a fact I was a shit kid like that too.
Yeah, and I wasn't an only kid.
Nobody else to play with.
And I just stayed to myself. I didn't bother anyone. Nobody bothered me. I just
see, not only kid. Shipwreck kid that said the same thing 7 million times. Traumatized kid because of all the other kids in the household. See?
Yeah.
You're not the oldest. Your sister was the oldest.
No, I'm the oldest.
It's you, Christina, and then fucking Nut.
Yeah, and then there's also my half brother.
That's what it was.
For my dad.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's one more sibling in there. I remember that, but I didn't remember the name.
But yeah, it's also like, if you're scared, just climb into bed with her instead of fucking waking her up, you monster. Right?
Well, see, now we didn't even have. Well, he didn't have a lot of nightmares, but we didn't let him in the bed. We didn't let him do that shit. Because kids get stuck in there till like 8, 9 years old, and I wasn't having that.
Yeah. So it's like
But he's 6 in this fucking movie, though. Like, he's kind of older.
So she reads him a story. He's annoying and asking questions instead of just fucking listening. He then asks her to read it again, because he's a fucking dumbass. Cut to him sleeping, digging his foot into her back, grinding his teeth in a way that I would knock his fucking teeth down his throat.
Oh my god.
Are you kidding me?
That was terrible. And then
like, I almost vomited.
Correctly, like he had like the tendon in her neck.
Yep.
Right?
And then he was
that would have been one of these.
He was holding her throat. And then like as he's grinding his teeth, just squeezing it. It's like no. Fucking lock him in a Harry Potter closet under the stairs.
My kid had an issue. For some reason, he would, every time he'd hug you, then he'd want to he would like not strangle you, but he would just rest his hands on your neck. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are your hands on my neck?
It's like,
I'm just hugging you. I'm like, that's not a hug.
What have you been watching?
Weird Damien shit are you doing, dude? All the time. And then she would tell me, like, I tell your son all the time to stop putting his hands on my neck, and he just does it all the time. I'm like, I'm gonna come home to you strangled one fucking day. I'm telling you.
But you see, that's what you gotta be like, why the fuck is he my son?
Oh, I know why. Exactly why he's my son. Exactly why he's my son.
Well, Amelia's not gonna get any sleep tonight. She pushes him off him and moves to like the absolute fucking edge of the bed.
Oh, that's how my wife sleeps.
Why is she not taking him to a doctor?
Like, see, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the script had a lot of like fuck ups. 7 years that he's been doing that.
Yeah.
Developmentally, that's harmful.
Yep.
You haven't been able to sleep. Trust me. I know you sleep like only 2 hours a day, but you slept. Like, you need to do something. And then it doesn't work well as a parent and not sleeping, because you promised you will freak out on your fucking kid.
Yeah. No. So it's
unintentionally, like you just be fine, and they'll say, "What the fuck do you want?" Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's unintentional.
Like, you take him to a doctor, you get him some fucking drugs, and then have the little monster take them.
Get the kid. But
yes,
now there's fucking children daytime and nighttime fucking nightclub.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea.
Yeah. I hate that when she does finally take him to the doctor, she's like, "Oh, I got him tranquilizers." It's like, I don't.
When she said that, don't say that. Don't say tranquilizers.
Yeah, I don't.
Sleep aid. He hasn't been sleeping well. The doctor gave me it. And then I wanted to know, when the doctors prescribed it, did he put it on record? Because why didn't she say, no, they're prescribed by a doctor. I have a script.
Yeah.
But she didn't say that. You look really suspicious right now.
Yeah. It's the whole thing is just, I don't know. The next morning, he apparently got a great night's sleep because he's downstairs working on his weapons. And she's awoken to a loud crash that sounds like a fucking explosion inside the house.
Australian Tennis the Menace.
She jumps up and runs to him, and he's like, "Don't worry, it's not broken. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
She tells him not to shoot shit in the house, and then he immediately shoots it in the house and breaks a fucking window. Again, lock that damn kid in a Harry Potter closet. Just keep him there. She obviously doesn't give a shit about him. You know, well, that's made abundantly clear. And when we get to her sister even points out that you don't give a shit about her. So it's like, just lock him there.
Sister told him the fucking truth.
Gag him, put him under the closet, and take a nap.
Oh my god, I can't wait for us to get to that part with the fucking their sister's daughter. Her sister.
Oh, that little bitch.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Fuck that. You just don't do that kind of shit. Pop her in the fucking eye or something. You don't do that.
Yeah.
The treehouse. That's far off.
While getting ready for school, dressed like a magician for some reason, he's being super annoying, and then he gives her a hug that I guess is entirely too tight, or really just a hug, I guess, but she's not having it and pushes him away. I hate this kid.
I don't know what
I hate this family. I hate this whole thing. Because everything about this is, I hate it. I hate it.
They just went to the far spectrum with it, you know?
Yeah. She takes a little monster to school and then goes to work. Her job seems like shit. We get some light flirting between Amelia and Robbie. While walking some old biddy around, she's told Samuel's school is on the line, and she finds out that he brought a mini crossbow to school.
The fucking school. Now, everybody, mind you, he might not have wrote it down or said he had. This is a private school. This is a very Catholic school. Okay? Penguins and headmasters. Just saying it.
Yeah. So, while I do hate during this interaction with school administration, they keep referring to Samuel as the boy because it makes the whole interaction impersonal, and they're treating him like other. I am on the school side.
Fucking, I don't. It's not the place to do this. I'm like, yes, I'm on the school side, 100%. And they say, man, this isn't the first, third, 15th time. This is like, you're like, this is detrimental to the other students. You get your shit out of here.
Yeah, and it's like they don't even want to kick him out. Like, that's the big thing. They don't want to kick him out. They just want to get a full-time monitor. It's basically someone that just it's with that kid all the time. But Amelia,
they did that to the kids in the 90s when you were on Ritalin. Yeah.
So Samuel is out of control. He's not listening to teachers. He's bringing weapons to school, and Amelia obviously isn't doing shit to like work with him through whatever bullshit he might be going through. And the teachers can't focus on a single fucking student. They can't. She even points out she has 24 other kids that she's responsible for, and then you have this one little shithead constantly causing problems.
We went to school with over 30 in our class, me and him.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know what would fucking happen?
The fuck up?
Yeah, it's basically like it's not a teacher's job to babysit.
No, they're there.
Teachers have a responsibility. Yeah, teachers are there to teach you things that should help you do stuff. So with this, we're gonna do an old man thing. Back in my day, when you were disruptive, you were kicked out of class. You were sent to the guidance counselor, the principal's office, or sometimes just straight to detention. I've been sent to detention many a times.
We didn't have during a day detention where it was when I was we had like it was after school or on weekends. Like
did you have
it wasn't during the day?
Did you have the auditoriums that were you could like section them off with like the collapsible walls?
Yeah.
So
they had those all during the day at your school?
Yeah, because you don't use the auditorium unless it's like a thing.
They used to do all kinds of shit in the auditorium.
Yeah, no. So they would just have like a certain area sectioned off, like the walls were closed around it. And my aunt was one of like the monitors that were just sitting there with kids that had like detention. Because if you don't show up for school, this school doesn't get paid. They get paid by the head. Yeah. The tax money schools get, they have to have
the break. Yes, you have to. That's why they're overpopulated.
Yeah, that's why if you called out of school too many times, they sent what the fuck is it called? Truancy? The truancy cops? Because the school was losing money.
Not truancy. He got a letter from the school this year, not last year. Last year he had a couple more days than this year. This year, like, oh, he's been out 4 days, all of which were doctor's appointments or the dentist. They were all normal, like routine shit that we let them know about. So he's like, I don't even understand why they sent that to you. So like, even he gets truancy letters and he's got excuses.
Yeah, because if you're not in school.
Did your school call your house?
Yep.
Yeah, I had to run home and you have to get that fucking message first. And you gotta click
I was always the first one home. so it didn't matter. So it didn't matter.
Always. I fucking got home immediately so I can get rid of that fucking note letter.
But yeah,
that fucking note.
That's why you're only allowed X amount of days off before they start doing all that shit, because then the schools lose money. So it's like, you have detention, great. You come into school and then you sit in this like locked off area of the auditorium for the entire day. It's lunch will be brought to you. You have to eat there, and then
it's
fucking.
not a punishment.
Yeah, I know.
That's not a punishment.
It never was. I sat there and read comics. That's all I did.
I wrote notes to girlfriends. I fucking looked at comics. I did everything other than fucking do anything I should have done in school.
Yeah, but now it's like.
What kills me was with detention. They do that to you, but it's not a punishment. What you need to do is, I said it to my kid now. I'm not punishing no more. He's gonna write lines. Remember that?
Yeah.
I will not and it starts the minimum at 100.
Yeah.
This kid immediately he starts to cry now. I don't want to write lines. Never wrote one once, but he knows what lines are. Fear of God to that boy.
That's
Fear
great.
God into that boy. Make him do that shit.
Yeah,
Clean
but
up
now
an
it's
auditorium. We did nothing when we were in detention.
Yeah, now we just sit there and have a dialogue and rap about it, and it's like,
what can
I don't
we do to avoid this situation.
Yeah, it's like, no, get out of here. No. And I know that's like, well,
listen, nobody's bringing back your father, and I'm very sorry he's gone, but it does not mean you get to burn down the fucking boys' bathroom on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
Sorry, just can't do that.
Now, the whole time the school is laying out like, hey, he keeps doing all this. It's getting worse. We need to get him a monitor. He tries to pull what he needs is just a little understanding.
And they shot that down right away. They were like, no.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Take your crackhead kid to the doctor before he grinds his teeth away. It seems like her whole shtick is like ignoring her kid's issues, making it someone else's issues, and then when the other person points out his issues, she tries to pull like the high ground behavior, the high ground fucking asset, and be like, well, you're just not understanding him. I'll just find a school that accepts him. Like, what?
And they're like, you can't do that. You can't fish for fucking schools, bro.
It's like, that's like
going into a mechanic shop. Be like, nah, that mechanic said it's $50. Is there someone back there that has like it for 25?
Yeah.
No, bitch.
Yeah.
Like a school's a school.
No one's kicking him out. They're just saying like he needs to be like monitored. Which is all that they're saying. But yeah, no one can tell me my kid's doing fucking bad shit. Get out of here. Fucking get out of here. Shopping. Amelia isn't paying attention to her kid again. And he's bothering some woman only to have him blurt out, my dad's in the cemetery. He died driving mom to the hospital to have me. Fucking Christ, kid.
I was like, dude, how much more morbid shit can you get?
It's like, this should be a clear indicator that there's something fucking wrong with him.
Yes.
The fact that like he just can't stop. Like, sometimes things are just inside voices. You know? They don't need to be said out loud.
I don't think 6-year-olds have it inside. No. I don't have an inside voice at some points, but like that's
the other thing I hated every time he screamed, which is going to be coming up soon. I hate his teeth.
Oh, dude, I was gonna say grinding away, bro. His teeth are like fucking as English looking as it comes. When Britain fucking made that colony over there, man, that was a lasting impression.
Yeah, they're tiny and super spaced out. And I know he's sick, so it's like his baby teeth are in and they're falling out and stuff. But every time he screamed, he was like lips agape, and it was just teeth, and it was like, I don't want to fucking look at his teeth. I just don't. But after the whole shopping debacle, she takes him to the park. Yeah, she takes him to the park and meets with her sister. And the entire time he's there, he's screaming in his high-pitched, like, fucking wail for his mom's attention. Because that is all this movie is so far. Now, could you read what the next line is? Read it out loud.
Understand, I got here. This is less than 9 minutes in. I turned it off completely.
All of this, everything that I just explained,
that sounds
is the
like
first.
It's just so much longer.
It's the first 9 fucking minutes.
Oh my god.
9 minutes. Do you see why I'm like, fuck this movie?
It's a long movie. Oh.
Listen, it's like, I fucking hate it.
This podcast isn't about the best, greatest, and most memorable cult classics of the genre of horror. This is what shit can we find on the internet that's just bearable enough for me not to puke?
Yeah, but like
And
Anthony
next
said,
season, people, next season we have a.
yeah. But yeah, so
I
at
really
this
don't know
point,
how I'm gonna do next season, but
this is like Anthony just read. This is only 9 minutes into the film when I turned it off because I was bored because nothing was happening. It's just this kid fucking screaming and being weird and the mom not doing anything.
being a dum dum.
Apparently, she hates her son so fucking much that she doesn't even celebrate his birthday because it's also the death day of her husband. So she
I would like to interject. I
7
feel that
years.
You're setting that up too much. I feel that you're saying that incorrectly. You're emphasizing it wrong. Wait.
They
doesn't
celebrate the
celebrate
birthday with the cousin. They have a combined thing, even though they have separate birthdays. Because she doesn't.
His birthday because they died on the same day. So don't you mean it's like she doesn't get at all his birthday? You know?
Oh, she doesn't give a shit about him. she doesn't care about him. Look at the way the entire movie goes. She doesn't give a shit about him.
Well, they don't know that yet.
Yeah. Well. Newsflash. She doesn't give a shit about him. Until the last 5 minutes of this goddamn movie, she does not give a shit about this kid. Okay, like it's just.
Honestly, the last 10 minutes was the best of the fucking movie, but
yeah, it gets to the point where I feel like the only reason she's trying to keep him alive is because if he dies, she'll get in trouble.
She'll be in trouble.
Yeah. So I don't know. Please take note. This fucking kid is squealing at the top of his lungs. Mommy, look at me. And she's just straight fucking ignoring him. All you had to do was look at him. That's it. Like, Mommy, look at me. Okay. And you look and you're like, oh, none of that. We just get silence and she's talking to her fucking sister. When they finally do look at him, he's entirely too high up, and then it immediately cuts to Amelia and Sam in the car driving home, and him just fucking screaming. I would have crashed the car.
You know what? I would have fucking locked them up. I've actually pulled off. I pulled over. Don't make me pull over. I pulled over. I pulled right the fuck over. I said, you say one goddamn word, I'll turn this fucking car around, beating you on the way home.
Yeah, we
just kept going. There was no more said in the car.
It's just like
top of the lungs. It's a confined space. It fucking makes it louder. Like a fucking banshee.
Like, I don't even know how you film this because I would want to
split a car in half.
The what?
Don't they like split a car so like they have the first half, half is the mom,
no.
The other half is the kid, so they film it.
No. You could do that with lenses and stuff.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I have just here again. I submit. Just let the monster take him. That's all it says. Just let the monster take him. It's okay. That night, Amelia lets Sam pick a book for them to read, and he asks his mother to read a pop-up storybook called Mr. Babadook. It describes
the picks this book.
Yeah, it describes the titular monster, the Babadook, a tall, pale-faced humanoid in a top hat with taloned fingers, which torments its victims after they become aware of its existence. The description of the Babadook kind of seems a lot like Slender Man.
My weed plate, okay?
Yeah. Well, no, I was like, they can't see it, but I can see it.
Oh.
I have it cropped out on what's it called on stream.
There it is on Discord.
But yeah, the Babadook,
we were saying,
a tall, pale-faced humanoid in a top hat with taloned fingers that torments its victims after they become aware of its existence. It sounds like Slender Man.
Oh, see, I've never seen Slender Man. I've never watched the shorts. Even that trial, I really never really watched it and knew anything about it. I just know these fucking moron kids did that. So
don't watch the Sony movie because that has absolutely nothing to do with the lore. With Slender Man. Yeah. It's like they just hired some fucking
right?
Yeah, you want to watch Marble Hornets. Amelia is disturbed by the book because it's a creepy fucking book, and its mysterious appearance because it's not her book. Meanwhile, Sam is screaming.
Where'd this kid get the fucking book from?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sam is just screaming. Is it real? Is it real? Is it real? I can't even go that high pitch that he goes. Do people really think this is a good movie? Because at this point,
hey, listen, it made 10 mil off of a 2 mil. Yeah, 10 mil off of a 2 mil movie. So it made a small gross. So people went and saw it.
Dude, we're now 12 and a half minutes into a 90-minute movie. And I want to jump off a fucking cliff.
Wait a minute, it was a 90-minute movie?
Yeah.
I thought it was fuck. It was an hour. Way longer than 90 minutes.
It was an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh my god, I'll never get that back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fucking. It felt so much longer than that. I legitimately thought it was like 120.
Jay says it's Oscar worthy.
Oh, shut up, bro. You know for a fact that movie was straight garbage. Oh.
Sam is convinced that the Babadook is real, hence all the weapons and him screaming, "Watch me stomp it." Amelia can't sleep and starts going through the book again. She then hides it and goes to watch some TV. After catching a sex hotline commercial and some lovey-dovey old movie, she heads up to her room and grabs her vibrator. I've never seen a woman keep a vibrator in like a knitting basket thing, but you know, whatever.
You gotta hide it, don't you? You know.
But it's
knitting needles.
It's one of those
things.
Grab the
wrong one.
I know. It's one of those things that since the beginning of the movie, it seems like she needs to get laid. Right? Like she
that's the least of her worries.
Well, at this point, it's just her kid. You can tell that it's just her and just her kid, and she's around it all the time. And she just needs
says whoops.
She just needs to get fucked, you know? It's sometimes when you're stressed out, that's all you need. And what's the first thing she grabs?
Did exactly the one thing that they do. At the worst possible fucking time.
Yep. As she's sitting there moaning and groaning and everything, what happens? A noise is heard. He hears the vibrator, hears her like moaning, and then runs in and jumps on the bed as she's about to come. Like, come the fuck on. Every parent knows that once you have a kid, your bedroom door has to have a lock on it. If you're doing anything sexual, that door needs to be fucking locked.
Too.
Yeah, always.
And I actually installed it so it's synced. It's not like you can pop your little fucking creepy ass head through or an eyeball, because kids are fucking creepy, bro. They just creep up on you.
Okay. Royal says, can't the Babadook give her the pipe? And he also comments that the bathroom needs a lock too.
Yes, bathrooms do need locks.
Yeah.
And kid or not, you should have the bathroom with a lock on it.
No.
Granted, well, I mean, we had a kid though. Actually, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't give a fuck. I have an open door policy unless I'm shitting. But yeah, no. With all honesty, fucking before I had a kid, I didn't give a fuck about doors.
God damn it, bro.
I didn't give a fuck about doors. No need for them.
But yeah, so
least time.
Yeah, so Sam interrupts her me time and she just throws him down on the bed, telling him to just go to sleep. He tells her that he doesn't want anything bad to happen to her and that he'll protect her. And she just looks like she wants to fucking die. she just wants to come, dude. And he just won't let her come. He falls asleep. She stays up hearing weird sounds in the hallway. Could be their dog. We don't know because the Babadook still hasn't shown up. So instead of investigating, she just goes to sleep and then wakes up late.
Sam's the other movie that they just decided, I'm just gonna go to sleep.
Oh God, it was one of them.
You kept pointing it out to me. He's like, and who the fuck just goes to sleep after that?
Not the witch, not the ranger.
Maybe it might have been the witch.
No, it might have been the house October built.
Oh yeah,
where it's like all this shit happened.
Yeah. Okay. They spent the night in the house or something. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no. The house October built was the guys in the RV. You're thinking Hell House.
Good movie.
Yeah. Like that. Good movie.
Good movie. There's another one coming out, people. You better fucking watch it.
Yeah, the house October built.
Yeah, that was a pretty good movie.
Really good found footage film. But Hell House is a lot of fun.
What is that?
She goes to sleep and they end up waking up late. She lies to her bosses that Sam was throwing up, but she's gonna take him to her sister's house, and he tries to take weapons out, and she's like, no, put the fucking weapons back. And he's like, but Mom, he's like, put the fucking weapons back. Puts it back, and she gives him one fucking rule, just one rule. And do we want to place bets on if he's too stupid to follow that one rule? Do not talk about the Babadook. It's that easy. Just don't mention it.
Always have to talk about Babadook.
Just don't talk about it. Work is boring. It's boring as shit. But Robbie can see that she's tired and overwhelmed and offers to cover for her so she could just go home and rest and spend time with Sam. Robbie's a good dude. She takes him up on the offer, but instead of going home, she has a me day. Going back to her car, she stares at people making out in an opposite car until she's caught staring. Exactly like I said, she's hardcore staring at these people making out. She just wants to fuck. She wants to fuck so bad. Looking at her phone, she sees she has multiple missed calls from her sister. And when she gets there, her sister starts ripping into her. That, like, Sam was scaring the shit out of her daughter, wanting to talk about the Babadook, and then Sam gets all lippy when Amelia tries to, like, reprimand him. He, like, stands up and he's like, and, like, throws one of those firecracker popper things at her feet. He would have gotten his ass beat.
Got it offline. Where the fuck you mean you got it offline?
Are you trying to tell me that, like, if you were 6 years old and your parents were like, hey, don't talk to your aunt like that, you jumped up and was like, no, and, like, threw one of those pop rock things, they wouldn't have beat your ass?
Yes. No. First off, I never would have done it.
Yeah, because you would have been scared to get that ass beat.
I've been lippy, but I would have never fucking said it like that in any shape or form. Definitely not to my. In fact, my aunt, knowing my aunt, would be the person when growing up to have backhanded me. She would have just been from like across the room. She talked to me like that. No problem. My parents wouldn't even been able to react to it.
Amelia, on the ride home while he's flipping out, asks where he got the poppers from, and he informs her that she bought them for him off the internet. So she says, well, that's the end of the internet. It's like, oh God, Jesus Christ, Australia. I know they already have shitty internet. We could tell from like Jamie and Shay. Like the internet in Australia is dog shit. So it's not really much of a fucking thing. But then he throws like a full-on psycho fit. No, wait, no, that's not yet. This is where he goes, and shit. What is it? He throws a little fit, and she talks about how the Babadook isn't real, and if it was real, she would have seen it. And this is where he kind of goes psycho, but kind of in like he's gonna foreshadowing. He's gonna put glass in your fucking soup. I was like, whoa. He tells her the Babadook is just waiting and will show up when she's scared. And if she's not scared now, she will be when it creeps into her room and eats her insides.
Yeah. Creepy fucking kid.
Hey, guess what? We aren't even 30 minutes into this movie yet. This movie's terrible. Nothing has happened. So I'm just gonna speed this along. Amelia's cooking dinner while hearing Sam fuck about in the basement talking to his dad. She calls him up and takes the basement key from him, scolding him for going through his dad's stuff, and Sam yells, he's my dad, you don't own him, or some fucking bullshit. I would have pushed him down the stairs, but hey, that's just me. Robbie comes calling with some flowers and a board game. He asks if he can come in. She lets him in because she wants to fuck Robbie. This is when the truth comes out that she wasn't late because Sam was sick, but because he's such a problem at school that she took him out. Robbie looks uncomfortable, and then Sam flips out, saying a whole bunch of stupid shit about not being allowed to have a birthday, and then he says, she won't let me have a dad. It's like, what the fuck does that mean?
That's not at all what's going on.
It's like, what does that mean? I'm assuming Robbie left. Because I'd be like, all right. I want to fuck crazy, but I'm out. She goes downstairs to see the mess that Sam made, and while she's cleaning it up, she finds a picture of her and her late husband, and she freaks out, grabbing it and holding it to her chest. Then she gets scared by clothes hanging on the wall. Were we supposed to know that that's like the Babadook's outfit?
Well, I do because I know what it looks like, you know what I mean? But like nobody knows what the fuck that is.
On your first viewing, that just looks like a suit that was put up there. That could be Sam, like that could be like his dad's clothes, and he's putting it up so he could like talk to his dad in some weird, creepy fucking way. I don't know. But apparently throughout the movie you find out, oh no, that's the Babadook's outfit. But it's like, at that point, like, what the fuck? That doesn't mean anything. It's just a suit. I don't fucking know, man. During dinner, Amelia finds glass shards in her food. She checks Sam's food and finds that it's fine. Only hers has glass in it. Before she can even say anything, he blames the Babadook, and she sends him to go watch TV while she cooks something else. With Sam watching TV in the living room, she goes upstairs and sees Sam run into a room. Did time pass, or is this a double Sam?
I don't know. There's a few scenes where I think they didn't edit it. They edited it down, and then they went back and added the wrong fucking scenes.
Because she's cooking, she walks over, sees Sam watching TV, and then it immediately cuts to her looking in that room and then walking upstairs. But then when she walks upstairs, she sees Sam run into her bedroom. So then she goes into her bedroom, finds the picture that like she coveted so much scribbled on, and then it looks like she goes to his bedroom, but he was just in the living room. So I'm like, did time pass? Because there's no way for him to have gotten past her, because she was walking up the steps. He was there, she went up the steps, and then, so I don't know. I don't, like, this is something that like they did not convey properly. She confronts him about the picture. Why did you do this? Me seeing how much he wants his dad, he wants his mom, it would never dawn on me that he would scribble on this picture.
Yeah, I don't think
this is all he has.
Like, cause he had nothing. Yeah, he had no reason to not like that picture of his dad, and he didn't have an issue with his dad. It's Babadook's.
So why would you immediately assume that he was the one that did it? This is the only thing he has of his dad. Like that doesn't make sense. That again, shitty mom. So he freaks out and grabs his weapon, but she stops him, grabbing it and telling him to let go. He finally lets go and then pushes her to the ground, yelling, "Do you want to die?" Then grabs the weapon and runs away. And then she lets him, because she just sits at the table. I'm like, what? She's just sitting at the kitchen table, like freaking out. Later that night, she hears a thud and Sam scream. When she runs upstairs, she finds the window open, the closet toppled over, and the weapon just laying on the floor. Freaking out, she looks around his bedroom real quick and ends up finding him underneath the bed. She gets him into the bed, and all he keeps repeating is, "Don't let him in, don't let him in, don't let him in," because you know how children love to fucking repeat themselves. She looks up and sees the Mr. Babadook book above his bed. Amelia takes the book downstairs and rips it up and disposes of it. Later that night, lights are flickering and thumps are heard. Again, they have a dog, and that house doesn't look like it's in the best of fucking shape, you know? So I can't.
House, man. That is the grimmest fucking house ever.
Yeah. At Ruby's birthday party, it seems like super Stepford wives and shit. They're all condescending to Amelia, and he's being weird. They tell the kids to go play, but of course Sam is like fucking gripping her with the death grip and everything, and every time she tries to push him away, he's like, eh. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. He finally goes. Then Amelia's Claire's the sister. Her friends are kind of being like, "Oh, I work with women who lost their husbands and stuff." And then she starts talking about like Pilates or some fucking bullshit. And then Amelia flips out on him. And I'm like, okay, good for you. People are like being condescending and stuff. Tell them to fuck off. Fuck them. You're the hottest one in that room anyway. Even though you look crazy. And like you haven't showered in a while, but it's whatever. While this is going on, Sam and Ruby are fighting in the treehouse. Meanwhile, the rest of Claire's friends leave, which is weird that like they came with their kids. The kids are still there, but the parents dipped out. Could you imagine going to a birthday party with your 6-year-old and be like, "Here you go," and just walking away and letting someone else take care of your 6-year-old? With a group of other 6-year-olds
to do that.
Yeah,
I feel awkward.
That's fucking weird.
If my kid's there, then I don't want to burden somebody else with my child.
Yeah,
my child. If it's like a direct family member, yeah, sure. Here, take my fucking kid because I need a break. But like, this is like, it's a birthday party. My kid fucks something up. I got to be there for that.
So Claire and Amelia are talking, and Claire's saying something fucking stupid, and Amelia comes back with, you never ask about so-and-so. She's like, "I ask all the time," and they argue about fucking something. And
what she asks about she says, "You don't care about him anymore." She's like, "I ask you all the time."
Yeah,
and shit like that. And she's like, "But you don't come by." She's like, finally says like,
well, because even before that, she's like, she said something about like moving on and stuff, and she's like, "I did move on. I don't mention his name. I don't think about him. I don't have photos of him." That's not moving on. That's you being fucking weird. You won't even celebrate your child's birthday because it's associated with your dead fucking husband. It's been 7 years. He died in a car crash. Like, what the fuck do you want to do? Fucking move on. It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Just go to fucking therapy. Go hire a gigolo. Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like, god damn it. But then Amelia does bring up that Claire doesn't come around the house anymore. And that's when Claire says, "I can't bear to be around Sam."
Yeah.
Amelia can't believe that she said that, which us seeing this,
I was like, yeah, come on, bro.
But yeah, she can't believe that she said that. But then she hits her with the, "Oh, stop. You can't stand to be around him either." And that hits so much harder because it's true. She does not want to be around her fucking child. Sam's cousin, Ruby, is a cunt. She bullies him for not having a dad, saying that he's not good enough to have a dad.
Right?
Everyone else has dads, and his dad didn't want to be around him so much because he's so terrible that he killed himself in a car crash before he could even meet him. It's like, ugh. He pushes her out of the fucking
I still don't think that's a good enough reason to put, like, there's a tree out, bro. That is fucking fun. And they show her land on her face.
Yeah, she broke her nose.
Oh my god, it's like he Spartan kicked her out of the fucking.
It's great though, because like they look at him and they go, "What did you do?" And it's like, "She was making fun of me for not having a dad."
And no one addressed it either.
No one. And I was like, "Why is your daughter being a cunt?" Too bad. It's just like, no, I'm gonna go take her to get her nose looked at. You watch the kids.
You watch all the kids. Well,
like,
why would you want
me,
the crazy fucking one, watch the rest of these other kids while my crazy child that's throwing kids out of tree houses is still looming around Like,
So-
possibly hurt your other kids.
I'm assuming everything was fixed with her nose because now Amelia
they said
and
that it broke in 2 spots or something.
yeah. So now Amelia and Sam are on their way home. He's throwing a temper tantrum, and then he has a vision of the Babadook. The temper tantrum starts going more because he's just screaming about the Babadook, and she's like, there's no one there. And he's like, it's there, ma. And then all of a sudden he has a seizure, and I'm like, oh my god, are we finally done with this kid? But no. No, she saves them and gets him to a doctor, and then the pediatrician fucking, I mean, he could. Might have been better. The pediatrician, because she hasn't been sleeping and he hasn't been sleeping, writes a prescription for sedatives. I didn't know they were that easy to come by.
Well, out there maybe.
Yeah.
Not out here.
I don't like that what is it? He just calls them drugs, but she's like, no, they're tranquilizers.
Sedatives.
I got them from the doctor.
No, sedatives.
That's what she called it with the people, because
No, she used tranquilizer.
Yeah, that's the word she used.
I was like, that's not what you should say.
But it's like tranquilizer, sedative, doesn't matter. That sounds like some weird fucking shit. The next morning, Amelia finds the Mr. Babadook book reassembled on the front door, like on the steps. New words taunt her, saying that the Babadook will become stronger if she continues to deny its existence, containing pop-ups of her killing the dog Bugsy, Sam, and then herself. Terrified, she burns the book and then runs to the police station after she gets some like weird fucking phone call. However,
of him just going, that's all she did.
Yeah.
All I did.
Yeah. So, but Amelia doesn't have proof because she burned the book, so they don't believe her.
I was like, did you really just go to the fucking cops with zero evidence? And
Yeah,
go,
you
I had
burned
it,
the
then
book.
Then I burnt it.
But then she sees the Babadook suit hung up behind the desk, and that was the very first time I was like, oh, the suit is the Babadook. That's almost 50 minutes into the movie. Like, that's stupid. Also, because she leaves after seeing that. She's like, oh, they're not going to help. But she also looks like a fucking psychopath with her dirty ass hands. You didn't wash your hands afterwards? They're like all fucking filthy. Looks like you were digging up a fucking grave. It was a nice suit though. It looked okay. Community service, yeah. So this is exactly 50 minutes and 44 seconds, because this is where I stopped it. For a 90-minute movie, this is where I stopped it, and I was like, I gotta stop. So I watched the rest of this today at 2 times speed because I didn't want to fucking deal with it. Community service arrives because she seems crazy. That night, Amelia tries to fall asleep and watches the Babadook open her bedroom door. Yeah, so like when they show up, that's when they're like, oh, we need to talk to your child. And it's like, oh, well, he's only missed like 2 days of school or whatever. And they go inside, and that's when this kid, he just doesn't know how to shut the fuck up. Mommy, I feel nauseous. Why do you feel nauseous? From the drugs.
Any other fucking time. Any other time of the day, you didn't say shit until these fucking people walked in the door. Because all kids do that.
Because of the drugs she gave me. Well, they're not drugs. They're sedatives. No, she says tranquilizers. They're tranquilizers. It's okay. I got them from the doctor. It's like everything that is being said is just wrong. Yes. It's just wrong.
You're just saying it doesn't make the situation sound better. It makes it sound twice as worse.
But now this is what I got, because like I said, I put it on at 2 times speed because I was like, I just need to get through this, and I finished it today. So that night, Amelia tries to fall asleep and watches the Babadook open her door, crawl up the ceiling, and attack her. She turns off the light. She turns on all the lights in the house and then falls asleep with Sam downstairs. Amelia is starting to become more isolated and shut in after the attack, becoming impatient, and she like shouts at Samuel for disobeying her constantly, which he's always fucking doing. And she yells at him for having more frequent visions of the Babadook, because he can't stop that. Like,
because you didn't help the fucking kid. You're just sitting there like, it's happening.
So her mental state is slowly decaying, and she starts to exhibit like erratic and violent behavior, including cutting the phone line with a knife and then waving that knife at Sam
at the fucking kid
without even fucking realizing it. This devolves into disturbing hallucinations where Amelia violently murders Sam. Shortly after these visions, Amelia sees an apparition of Oscar, her dead husband, who says he'll come back to her if she just brings the boy to him. Realizing that he's a creation of the Babadook, Amelia flees and is stalked through the house by the Babadook until it finally possesses her. Under its influence, she breaks Bugsy's neck, apparently that's the dog's name, and attempts to kill Sam. Sam like the little fucking
He's
data
pretty
that he
sweet.
is.
He's a smart kid, though.
Yeah, he eventually lures her into the basement and knocks her out. Tied up, Amelia wakes up with Sam terrified sitting nearby.
Didn't know how to tie a person up like that.
I don't know, maybe from the magic fucking videos he's been watching.
Maybe.
So she tries to strangle him. He responds by lovingly caressing her face.
Oh yeah.
And this causes her to
Come back to me,
regurgitate.
mommy.
Yeah, she throws up fucking inky black bullshit, which seemingly expels the Babadook. When Sam reminds Amelia, you can't get rid of the Babadook, an unseen force drags him into Amelia's bedroom. After saving Sam, Amelia is forced by the Babadook to rewatch a vision of her husband's death. Why would you think this works? She like dreams about it every night. It's like Batman
does that to her.
It's like the Batman has nightmares of his parent. What the hell was that?
Wasn't Batman's mom named Martha?
Yeah, but no one screamed Martha.
I did, as in
No, I know.
Batman's mom dying.
Oh, yeah, I was like, I don't think that ever happened. But yeah,
No.
Batman has nightmares every single night of watching his parents die. He can still go out in the world. I mean, granted, he's, turned into the Batman.
Yeah.
but
Still haven't
yeah.
seen that movie.
Which one? The Batman?
Yeah.
It's fine. I only watch
I really don't
Captain
like him.
Batman.
Captain
Neither do
Batman.
I. Furious, she confronts the Babadook, making the beast retreat into the basement, and then she locks the door behind her. Amelia and Sam manage to recover because it's just that easy. Amelia is now an attentive and caring mother towards him, encouraging him to build his weapons and being impressed by his magic tricks. They gather
Shit that could have
earthworms.
been done like 7 years ago.
Yep. So it's like you beat a monster, and now all of the bullshit you were dealing with disappeared. You're fine. It's like it doesn't work that way. It doesn't fucking work that way. They are gathering earthworms in a bowl. Amelia takes them to the basement where the Babadook resides. She places the bowl on the floor for the Babadook to eat. The Babadook tries to attack her, but Amelia calms it down.
Weird.
And it retreats to the corner, taking the earthworms with it. Amelia returns to the yard to celebrate Sam's birthday, and that is finally the end of the Babadook.
It wasn't good. I really don't think it was very entertaining.
No. It's no.
And as
No.
as horrible as they wrote it in for her to treat that kid,
Yeah.
I literally I hugged my kid after. I was like, bro, this is fucking really mean, dude.
So, fun facts. I don't know how they could be fun. Whatever. Director Jennifer Kent holds the rights to the film. When asked if she would do a sequel, she said, I will never allow any sequel to be made because it's not that kind of film. I don't care how much I'm offered. It's just not going to happen. It's good because we don't want another Babadook.
But we don't want another film. I don't know what else you would do.
You're
to
fine.
that.
The movie had a campaign because I believe it was on Kickstarter. Yeah, because I have it down a little bit further.
Okay.
The movie had a Kickstarter campaign where you could buy a copy of the hand-created Babadook pop-up book for $80. The first 2,000 copies are numbered and signed by the director. The book contains pop-up pictures as well as additional pages not seen in the movie. The campaign was only open for a limited amount of time, and roughly 9,500 books were sold. When asked where the idea for the Babadook came from, director Jennifer Kent said, I have a friend who's a single mother whose son was traumatized by this monster figure that he thought he saw everywhere in the house. So I thought, what if this was real on some level? So I made Monster, the 2005 short film, about that idea, but I couldn't leave it alone. I kept coming back to it, and that led to the Babadook. She also stated that Amelia suffers from an unprocessed trauma of witnessing horrible death, and that it is up to the audience to interpret whether the Babadook is supernatural or psychological in nature. That pisses me off. Better investment, those books or Babadook? Those books are Bitcoin. This I hate. I just leave it up to the audience. No, you are the fucking creator. You tell us
watching your results.
what it is. Don't be like, well, what do you like? Do you like this one or do you like this one? You get to choose. No, what is it? What is the actual fucking thing? Just, I fucking hate it. Fucking hate it. Since like, was she feeding fucking her? Whatever. Fucking, it's just stupid.
I don't understand why was she feeding it fucking worms. This
Yeah.
is fucking poorly fucking made.
In Hebrew, Babadook means he is coming for sure.
Yeah.
William Friedkin, director of The Exorcist from 1973, said, of this film, I've never seen a more terrifying film than The Babadook. Then you live the most sheltered fucking life I have ever heard of. There's nothing scary about this movie.
I've taken shits
Nothing.
at work that was scarier than this.
fucking, I just, like, when I read that, I was like, bullshit.
We actually read that while we were watching it. We were looking up facts and shit like that on it because we both were like, "What the fuck?" And
what is this garbage?
Yeah, we came up to that quote too. She read it out loud. I'm like, "Fuck you! That is absolutely not true."
The guy,
like, the most terrifying. No,
the guy that made The Exorcist is saying that the Babadook is the get the fuck out of here.
That's actually a really good one.
The Exorcist is a really good movie. The Exorcist is 1,000 times better than the Babadook. So I don't know how you're like, oh, this movie. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Did you watch your own films? Like,
the film's total budget was 2.5 million. 30,000 of that was raised via Kickstarter. Most of the funds raised from Kickstarter were channeled into the art department, because there's something about the art department a little bit later. Jennifer Kent mentioned in the DVD cast and crew interviews that they auditioned 8 and 9-year-olds for the part of Samuel, but there was quality that crept into their performances that precluded their innocence the filmmakers were seeking. She also mentioned that Noah Wiseman was 6 years old when he auditioned for the role. Oh, what is it? William Friedkin finds ketchup too spicy? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, he was, so that kid, Noah Wiseman, was 6 years old when he auditioned and filmed the movie. Several female critics were offended by the portrayal of Amelia, stating that no mother would ever mistreat her son like that.
What? Are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, I can almost guarantee this is that Midwest mother's fucking bullshit. I can almost guarantee it.
Even in their own country, we've heard of horror stories from what mothers or fathers have done.
History is fucking littered with mothers killing their children. Are you fucking stupid? Go crawl on a fucking hole. However, director Jennifer Kent,
my husband made me do it. No, you leave your husband, you terrible fucking waste.
Director Jennifer Kent said that she was approached by several women after who admitted that being a mother is hard and it would sometimes give them negative thoughts of mistreating their children. Even if they knew they'd never act on such ideas, it was nice that most women thanked her for finally addressing that taboo. According to writer-director Jennifer Kent, Babadook was designed based on stills from the lost film London After Midnight from 1927, starring Lon Chaney. Around an hour and 9 minutes into this dumpster fire, classic Italian horror film Black Sabbath from 1963 was playing on a television. The following scene in this movie closely resembles the scene that they were just watching on the film in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Essie Davis, who played Amelia, and Jennifer Kent, the director and writer, attended drama school together. Kent wanted specifically Davis to play the abusive mother, knowing that she would also bring the right amount of heart to the character. It's like, what heart? There was no fucking heart
in any of it.
What the fuck are we missing watching this?
Terrible.
I put this on for 5 minutes. The wife turned around and went, "No, this is shit," and went to sleep. Like, we didn't even get to a Babadook thing because, again, the Babadook itself doesn't show up till like over an hour into this.
No, I understand like the Jaws and stuff like that with the whole reverence of like the suspense, but
shit was still happening.
Had lead up. Yeah, they all had lead up. You had glimpses. You had shit like that. You don't have
people still
like
died,
shrieking like a fucking banshee.
Yeah, all it was this kid fucking terribly acting, fucking screaming, fucking shit,
terrorizing the whole world.
Nothing happened. Like, we should have like seen like eyes glowing in a closet or something. Instead, it's like she's laying in bed and there's like a bump in the hallway, and you're just looking like, oh, is that the Babadook? They have a fucking dog. The dog's just walking around. Like, it's nighttime. It's gonna bump into things. We don't even know how old it is. It could be like a half dead dog just fucking walking around banging into shit, not being able to see stuff. The Babadook is an anagram for a bad book. I'm just not giving us a shit. The interior of their house was completely built inside a studio. They initially thought building the first and second floor as separate sets, but since the movie involved a lot of running up and down the stairs, they just decided to build it as a 2-story set. Shots through the windows and like outside had to be avoided because they were inside of a studio. And the budget didn't allow for backgrounds. Production designers used a lot of dark earth tones, and all the props and furniture that were bought and used were painted darker to convey the right mood. The floorboards were...
There was an absence of color in that house.
I'm guessing
gray.
I'm guessing it was just supposed to be like oppressive, which it felt like that.
That's what the wife said too. She's like, it's probably for that reason because it's so depressing, and then you're already depressed. But I feel like they did that purposely to make without editing a gray wash background. They used that to accent a darker feel.
Yeah, I'm not reading all these. In the birthday party scene, the adults were all wearing shades of gray and black. The boys, which I don't even know how many boys, I could have sworn there was like all girls and then Samuel, but that's how little I gave a shit. Yeah. All the boys were wearing blue and the little girls were wearing pink. Amelia, however, is wearing a pink dress under her black coat. I guess to make her seem like other or something, but I feel like that pink dress she's been wearing since work. I feel like that's the exact same thing she was wearing at work. And then she wore that at the park. And then she wore that to the police station. And then she wore that throughout the house. Like, I don't know, man.
The whole entire time, she never changed. At least it never looked like she changed.
Yeah.
That or she wore her work uniform.
Yeah. So what's your spoiler fucking bullshit for this fucking garbage?
As I said, I don't even care if it's free. You don't need to watch the movie. Honestly, just go, hey, dude, you hear about the Babadook? That's the most fun you'll have out of that. Saying to another person, yeah, hear about Babadook? Yeah, I hear about Babadook. That's the extent that you need to have to get out of this movie. If you ever want to go and watch a movie to waste of your life and then hug your kid and appreciate them, watch this movie.
Yeah, I fucking hate this movie. I fucking, it's awful. It's slow. I'm fine with slow movies. This movie is slow in a way where literally nothing happens until the last like 20 minutes of this fucking movie. That's not a good movie. You're not creating this emotional piece where it's like, oh, you really feel for the mom, you feel for the kid. Like, no, I don't give a shit, because all you've shown is that the kid is a fucking piece of shit and should be heavily fucking medicated to work through whatever bullshit he needs to work through. And the mom, she needs to be drunk. She needs to be drunk. She needs to have sex.
No, she's gonna beat the shit out of his fucking kid. No, yeah, man.
Because like,
fucking strangle the shit out of him almost.
Like, I can't get behind this movie. Art design wise, it's fine.
It's okay.
It's fine.
It was okay. Storyboard probably was okay.
Yeah. But no, I can't. The only reason I'm giving this a 2 instead of a 1 is because I do like the art direction of it. Like the fact that like inside the house is very oppressive, and that later on they just become more and more isolated and everything. That's cool. The Babadook, take it or leave it. It wasn't scary looking. It's just as scary looking as Slender Man, which isn't fucking scary. So I don't fucking know. If you're making this for like show, because like I think that's the other thing. I don't know if I had it in there. They didn't do any scenes of the Babadook with the kid because they didn't want the kid to be terrified.
Oh, yeah.
It's make believe. It's not fucking real.
He's a kid actor. He should be used to shit like that. It's fake.
Oh no. So it's getting a 2 because I love Essie Davis and fucking, even though she was shit in this movie. But then again, everyone was shit. The only person in this entire movie that acted normal was the sister and Robbie.
Yeah.
If you're taking Robbie in as just like a dude that's down bad, he's working with nothing but like elderly women, and then there's like Essie Davis who as a like not, you know,
very
all
clearly
fucking
forgot, you know,
beaten down by life, you know.
Yeah.
But she's a very attractive woman, so he's probably seen her not that disheveled like and was that. Like, she's fucking hot. But yeah, if you just look at him as like he's a good guy but he's down bad for some strange, then it's like, okay, that's a good character. And then her sister just being like, I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. Like, I've tried, you're the one not trying and
doing anything for your family.
It's like the main characters are dog shit. They're dog shit. You don't root for them. You don't give a shit whether they live or die. I mean, honestly, I don't know about you, but I was rooting for that kid to die. The entire movie.
For somebody to die.
The entire fucking movie. But nothing. The dog died. That's what Bugsy ever do. You know, he didn't do nothing.
Nothing. People.
But yeah, so this is a fucking 2. Get this trash out of here. Okay, so next week we will. Oh, next week is the season finale of the podcast. We're going out with a bang. Going out with Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Killer Clowns.
And then we'll talk about it more next week, but we will probably be stopping the Saturday podcast until February, this way we can get through like all the holiday seasons. I can, because the movies that I got coming up, it's gonna take time to write those scripts because there's a bunch of them that are really bad. But next week we will be watching Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
It was a night like any other night. Then something happened. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Thank you everybody very much for watching, and we will see all of you next week. Bye.
Later.